5, 16, 19, 21, 30, 3 and 10. Check results. You remember?
Oh my god, it's a monumentous day. It's a monumentous day. And I've not even... Oh my god, I'm yawning on here. I'm acting like this is a fucking piss up. Like this is a fucking... You know? Like this is some bullshit little thing. No. No. Because here we are on episode 69. It's special. It's special. You only have your 69th once. I guess you could have your 69,000th, 6900th, 69 millionth, 69,420th. Anyway, stop acting like a child, making jokes that were not funny 10 years ago. Anyway, so yeah, 69, great. Here we are. It's crazy. And I am so tired, guys, today. Hey, thanks for being there, first of all. It's great. Love having you guys around. You guys, it's brilliant. Stick with me. Here's to another 69, which would take... Oh, God, here's the maths. What would it actually be? 69 at 69. So it would be... 138, I want to say. Would be the 69th anniversary. Because you know how some people do, like... half birthday. I know some people be like, oh, it's my half birthday, but they don't actually celebrate it. But then you get probably rich children or adults who celebrate a half birthday. So if their birthday is June, I don't want to work it out. Let's just say it's December. So their birthday is December the 1st, then is June 1st the half birthday. And they also celebrate both weeks, so the whole week is their birthday. Which I don't know how that could even be fun at that point. It's that's not a privileged thing. That's just silly in any regard. It's I don't care how rich I am. I'm not gonna buy a £50,000 salt and pepper holders or whatever. That's not a matter of privilege. We just couldn't have those when we were younger. We just couldn't have 50 grand salt and pepper shakers. We just couldn't. We had to have the regular IKEA ones. It's not. You know what I mean? It's not. It's just a matter of craziness. So a birth week to me isn't something you miss out on if you're broke. It's more just don't do it. It's just weird. A whole week. What's special about that? You were born on one of the days, and also it's just not fun. It's just when birthdays are fun when you're 7. Realistically, it's oh, it's fun. Getting older is exciting, and you get toys and stuff, and it's fun. The whole day is a little adventure. But when you get older, you don't really go anywhere. You wake up, your knees are cracking as you sort of get out of bed. You're oh fuck, you can't feel your back. And you're just oh fuck, here we go, just on the countdown to 30 basically. Just getting older and older, and you just start to be each year of your life feels quicker and quicker, because as you get older, each year is a smaller amount of time, relatively speaking, to the amount of time you've lived on. I've said that really badly. As you get older, each year of time is a smaller unit relative to the amount of time you've spent on the earth. So when you turn 4, 1 year is 1 year is 1/4 of your life. Whereas when you turn, here we go, 20, 1 year is 1/20th of your life. Fuck this. Why am I doing maths? Either way, why am I talking about this? Yeah, so so at this point, it's not even funny. What? Seriously, are you waking up on day 4 of your birth week still just whoa, shower me with stuff? This is great. I love this. It's birthdays are lame and they're not great. And I'm happy. That's not a Scroogey thing to say. That's not oh, you're old and miserable. It's just it's just true for most people. Most people don't even like to celebrate their birthday for whatever reason. It's just kind of those things. It's it's nice for people to remember and say happy birthday. But aside from that, whereas Christmas will be fun to the day I die, because it just has a feeling around it. There's an aura. I guess if you're Jehovah's Witness or whatever, you probably don't agree. But if you celebrated your whole life, there's something fun about it, magical about it. I can't imagine what Christmas would be like. I mean, it's not that weird. It's just the exact same, but hotter. But Christmas in Australia, it being hot, it being sunny in the evenings and the mornings and stuff, and the sun setting late. I just can't imagine that, man. I don't know if I could celebrate. I could. I wouldn't die, but I don't. I can't imagine wanting to celebrate Christmas, not just sort of where I am kind of thing. Now, England, basically, is what I'm saying. I really need to burp. I'm sorry, I'm really tired, and I'm right next to the radiator. Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I had to do it. Oh, a little pizza just came up. Right by the radiator, and it is shooting out heat on me. I don't know. It's boiling. It's usually freezing in here. Like, one of those places, heating does not get turned on. You know, if you're cold, put on a jumper. Put on a thermal. Put on some socks. Put on 2 if you need to. Buy some slippers. We're not turning the heating on type thing. So yeah, that's that. Oh god, it's been good recently because I've had a lot of YouTube videos to watch. I've had a lot of content to watch. I still need to see Ant-Man. I haven't seen that yet. I'm not exactly rushing to see it. It looks wank. It looks it from the trailers. It just looks. It's sort of. I know this isn't a new thing, but I said, to be fair, I did think this the second I saw it. So at least I know in my heart of hearts whether it is that I haven't stolen this opinion, but it does look Shark Boy, Lava Girl / Spy Kids. There's some things you can't take from a comic book and make cool in a film, no matter how hard you try. And there's some things they do, and they actually have made it work, and you got to say fair play to them. But it's given them this confidence that they can do anything, and someone needs to knock Marvel back down to earth. So, for example, Mysterio, I would say, in Spider-Man Far From Home, whether you like the movie or don't like the movie, I know a lot of people hate it, a lot of people like it, but Mysterio in that, he's got the fishbowl, and people are gassed for that when they saw the trailer. Like, people who read comics and like nerds, which is that's the nice thing about living in the year 2023, is like nerds is now just a descriptor of people who are like into something. Before you say nerds, it's like, are you insulting them? Like it's like now it's just like, oh, you're a nerd, like you're a big fan of comics or you're a big fan of this, like, you know. So nerds, still sounds mean. Oh, even after all that, but yeah, nerds. Watch the trailer, get gassed. What the fuck? It's Mysterio type thing. And they've got the fishbowl. It's given them a confidence that potato egg floating head, like that's how I used to draw humans when I was 4. Sort of head, no body, legs coming out the head, arms coming out the head. Baby tank floating in it. It's just like, I don't know what gives you the confidence to think I can sit in a cinema screen and genuinely look at that and not think it looks goofy or weird. I just can't. I need to burp again. Just give me a minute. I'm sorry, man. It's a bad day for burps. Oh my god. I'm sorry. This is disgusting on the ears. I think it's because I was so hungry today. Like I didn't eat anything. And then I gorged all like an hour ago. There was like food which I ate, and I ate a lot. Very doughy as well. I feel like you look at skinny people probably and you think, oh, well, they must be healthy in some way, fast metabolism or whatever. But like, no, most skinny people, very unhealthy. Like, poor diet, maybe because they feel like they can, because they're not big, so they feel like, oh, I can eat anything because it doesn't make a difference anyway. So therefore they technically eat more unhealthy, don't eat enough, malnourished, right? And it's like, I think I'm probably 80% bread. 80% carbohydrates. That's like, I just eat bread all day, man. It's just non-stop bread, barely any protein, probably 80% bread, a lot of dairy maybe. I have a lot of things that I put milk in, like a hot chocolate or like cereal, milk in general. It's like milk, not like Homelander way, but just milk's good. Cheese, that's dairy as well. So probably bread, milk, and then just bullshit, like you know, sweets, chocolates, things like that. Just fucking bullshit. You know, my insides. If you cut me open, it'd probably just be yeast. That sounds disgusting, but you got what I'm saying. Anyway, what was I talking about the film? Oh yeah, I was saying I was watching YouTube because, God, I've had nothing to do recently. When I say recently, I mean for the past like 6. How long has it actually been? It might be like 8 months. Look, we're trying. 6-8 months. Not had a lot to do recently, man. And that, like, when you are active, it's great. You get back in. You're like, okay, go on YouTube, watch this, watch that. You got things to catch up on. It's like a nice treat. When you do, like, you've got not got a lot going on. It's like, oh god, it feels like there's less content for you to watch because we're just getting through it all because you're just spending all your time doing it. Just constantly have stuff in your ear, like a podcast or shows you're watching or something. But recently it's been good, man. I've got a lot of shit to watch on YouTube. A lot of things I've been watching because I don't watch TV, like, even really streaming much. When I say I don't really watch like television, like shows, there's just not many I like or like get into really. It's like a lot to commit to. It's a lot. When I find what I do like, it's fun because it's like, oh my god, this has 2 seasons. I get to watch it all. You can binge them. You know, they always. I love a show that always ends really well. They haven't got like a set end theme song, but like, I haven't seen. Is it Breaking Bad? Yeah, I haven't seen Breaking Bad, but I think their show's kind of like that, where it's like, so what's this? So you know how some shows, I'm sure like Game of Thrones, they just have a theme song. So at the end of the episode, the cliffhanger happens or whatever, and then it cuts to black and it plays the Game of Thrones theme song. But there's a certain style of show where something happening, and then whatever music choice they have playing in that final scene will then just play as it cuts into the credits. It's very niche I'm describing, but those kinds of shows, naturally shows that have that, are usually shows that I like, which is like weird to describe. I haven't seen Breaking Bad, but then I saw a clip of it and the show ended in that way, and I just thought, I'd probably like Breaking Bad. It's one of these episodes where Bryan Cranston, is that his name? Malcolm in the Middle, Donnie? He's like in the car and he's like coughing up blood, and it's like, and it's like and it ends like that song. Just good, man. But like Dave ends that way, which is like a sort of comedy by Lil Dicky. That's a good that's a TV show I like anyway. That was the last probably show I mean, Stranger Things. But here's the thing, if I found Stranger Things now, I don't know if I'd watch through it, but the fact I've been watching it for a few seasons now, so I just keep up every time. Stranger Things, Dave, and I'm ignoring sitcoms here because I'm not talking about those types of show right now. But if we were talking I just burped again, sorry. If we were talking sitcoms, I'd have a lot because I've seen a lot of. Well, I say that I've not seen Arrested Development. I've not seen, what's it called? What's one with Donald Glover? Community. I don't know if that counts as a sitcom. I've not seen like, Jerry Seinfeld. But I've seen a lot. I don't know. I've seen a lot, but just maybe not a lot of the bait ones. What other shows have I seen, man? Because like I've not seen Breaking Bad, I've not seen Prison Break, I've not seen Game of Thrones, I've not seen The Last of Us, Euphoria, I have seen that, both seasons of that. It's tricky. Is there any other shows I've seen? Well, definitely, of course, but like that I like, that I've watched through. I mean, that just feels wrong. I'm like offended at myself by my actions, something. But anyway, HiveMind. My substitute is I like watching films because I feel like they get more feeling out of me. Like I feel different walking out of a cinema screen or something, out of the movies. Like, and you walk back into real life and it's like bright and like, oh fuck, and you kind of just stand there for a minute and you like look around, you like your phone, and you just sort of get acclimatized back to the real world. And it's just like, wow, like for the next it's like a drug almost. Like the next 3 hours, it's gonna like still wear off me a little bit, and like I kind of still feel like I'm in that world kind of. Whereas TV shows do that less for me, I guess, because you're in your own home maybe, or because it's I don't know, it's just different. Like the pacing's different or something. I don't know. It feels like a TV show that kind of could be no end to it. They can just go for as long as they want. Whereas a movie's like, here's my story, and then they give it to you, and it has an ending and stuff. Because technically a TV show, each episode has an ending and each season has an ending, but it's never ended, kind of. So YouTube is like my main source of content, and I've been watching a lot of HiveMind, which is like a YouTube, of course it's a YouTube channel, mate. You're describing YouTube videos you enjoy watching. You don't have to say it's like a YouTube channel. You know what I mean? It's like a music channel I found. I found like this little niche thing I just sort of discovered, this little diamond in the rough. They've got like 300,000 subs. It's not exactly an is that even what they're called? Or archaeologists are the people who dig up bones. This is ridiculous. Anyway, they make music stuff, funny, very comedic. Graydon, Riley, shout out them, man, because they've been entertaining me. Not personally, that'd be maybe weird if you think about it in a weird way. But yeah, and that's a channel I found where there was like a backlog of like, oh, we got like 3-4 years here, 2-3-4 years here of just videos, pretty much like 2 a week. And you always do that. You find a podcast that has over a few hundred episodes, or a TV show that has like 2-3 seasons, 2-3, even maybe like 5 seasons, right? You find one you like it. So you've never seen Game of Thrones, you've got 10 seasons to watch there. Forget the ending's bad, you know what I'm trying to say. It's like when I was watching Friends all the way through. It's like, I've got 10 seasons. This will never end. I have this forever. Like, it's kind of like when you win like a lifetime supply of a TV show, and it's not actually a lifetime supply, they just give you a lot. And at the time, it's like, oh, I've got 3 crates of Tic Tacs. I'll never get through all these. And then it's like, give it like 4 weeks, mate. Like, you're down to your last 3 packets. You'd be surprised. See, I got through that shit in like a couple, like no time, mate. I breezed through. And yeah, man, the dynamic is just brilliant between them. Graydon, I mean, I feel bad picking a favourite because it's like picking between my YouTube preferences that give me a casual occasional entertainment. But I'd give it to Graydon. Riley's great too, but I see a little bit more. Graydon's got like a certain vibe that I wish to obtain one day, sort of carefree. Yeah, it's just good. It's just good. I can't really describe why. Again, they're from Midwest America as well, which I think I was speaking about recently. There's something fun when I was talking about Theo Von and how like people from the Midwest, which I don't actually. No, he's from the South, I think. He's from Louisiana. But people from butt-fuck nowhere America places, they just seem to intrigue me because it's just like such a different world. You're just out there in the sticks, just sort of playing with rocks and like getting chased by coyotes or whatever they do out there. I don't know. But no, it seems like it's not exactly something I'd want. It's not like I particularly want to grow up in like rural American country. Like I like where I grew up, to be fair, but it's nice to see in fiction, which is more or less like when I listen to even people talking about reality, to me it's just fiction. Like when someone tells me a story of them as a kid, it's like, to me this might as well be made up. It's like fictional. It's like my parents told me a time like before I'm even born. It's like I can't even imagine it's being real. Like I can't even imagine you existing outside of me talking to you right now, kind of thing. It's like, let alone 20 years ago. Anyway, what are you doing? The dog's being needy. So I'm using it. I'm kind of like being like, oh, I've got a call right now type thing, as an excuse to stop. Not because I'm not loving this right now, but it's really hot and I need a drink and I kind of need to shit. Should I talk about the consistency of my poos? Look, I'm not going to talk about the consistencies of my poos because look, we're mature here, okay? And look, we'll save that for another time. But all I will say is I'll just remind you of the fact I have a very bread-heavy diet. Anyway, this was 68. No, it wasn't. 69. See you in 70.
Here with the kids. And I had like 3 kids, and the geezer was probably on like maximum 20 bags a year. Like the most boring bloke you'll ever meet. He was like a hero.